Hi, my name's Steve Boese. I'm joined by Cynt Marshall from the Dallas Mavericks, who just finished her opening keynote speech at the HR Technology Conference, kicked us off. So that was a fantastic session, by the way, so congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It was so fun. There's so much energy. You could tell people are glad to be out.
You brought a lot of life to it. You brought a lot of dancing, but you also brought more than that. You brought, let's talk about making a bit of a commitment, right, to some of these important issues around diversity, equity, inclusion in the workplace.
Exactly.
I'd love to start there. It's like, why is this so important for, especially for HR leaders, to really instill that sense of buy-in and commitment around these important D&I initiatives?
Absolutely, because it's all about the people. I mean, everything that we do is really about people, and I talked about leading with heart, and I highlighted the H and the R in a heart because our HRIs matter. Okay, and so it's about just understanding people as people, and I talked about how we have this. It's more than a tagline; it's a workplace promise that says every voice matters and everybody belongs, and so you have to have that kind of intentional focus in a workplace to be successful.
Yeah. Your new book released today as we record this, by the way. And thank you for being here.
Yes,
instead of being on your book tour, which you probably can get back on.
Oh, this is an important conference.
Your book's right here. It's called You've Been Chosen.
It's right here. You've Been Chosen. Can I pick it up?
Yeah, let's talk about that a little bit.
I look like that person. Okay, You've Been Chosen.
I like
it. And it really chronicles my cancer journey. And I talked about that out there today when I talked about the importance of physical, mental, and spiritual health and making sure you actually take the time to focus on all of it. And there was a point in my life when I didn't. And I ended up with stage 3 colon cancer. And so I tell that story, the 6 months of chemo, all that. And then I tell more stories than that. I talk about how we're chosen to go through the adversity that we go through, and we're chosen to be there for each other. So if I'm going through something, I'm to be there for you. So it talks about how God and good people always showed up in every aspect of my life.
Yeah, and it's kind of a thing we talk about. People talk about who've gone through a health scare or some sort of major event in their personal lives that changes them. Did it really change how you think about some of the kind of fundamental elements of, say, leadership, leading a team, and developing, coaching people, et cetera? Did you really sort of emerge from recovering from cancer a different leader?
Yeah, I came out different. I truly came out different. I came out really trying to integrate my life more and not put things like my health off to the side. Because I had put a colonoscopy off for as long as, too long.
Yeah.
Okay. But it also made me realize the value of HR.
Okay.
And because it was an HR program that actually made me decide to have a colonoscopy. It made us stop to assess our physical, mental, and emotional health and had us pick one thing to do to make a difference in one particular area. And so I picked the colonoscopy. And so it was literally an HR program.
Wow.
So it made me realize the importance of having an HR department, having technology in front of people that can help them manage their lives. I always knew that, but it really made me kind of focus on that. And in fact, when I left North Carolina, I went to Dallas to actually be one of our HR leaders. It just made me realize the importance of focusing in on people and their health.
Yeah, thank you for bringing it up. It's a good segue into what I wanted to ask next, because you kind of are in this high-profile role, famously being asked to make some important changes in an organization that had some difficulties. At some level, I got to think, Cynt, you might have said to yourself, I don't really need this. I've done a lot. I've been hugely successful in my career. I've had a long career. Kids are grown up, or whatever the case may be. What compelled you to sort of accept that role, but also the responsibility of saying, hey, this place, I'm walking into something here, and I'm taking on a lot on my shoulders to try to make some changes here for the good?
Yeah, it was an opportunity to have an impact. At some point, you decide, at least for me, it's like, okay, I'm retired. A lot of people coming at me for different things, started my own consulting company. But then I really thought about, how am I going to have impact? I mean, what truly am I going to do to impact somebody's life? And then this opportunity came up, and Mark talked to me, of course, but then 2 women stopped me as I was leaving his office. And then other employees the next day when I went back, just telling me their stories. And I realized...
So before you'd even accepted the role, people are opening up about their experiences there.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so I found myself in a conference room for 3 hours talking to people.
Yeah.
And they're telling me stuff that I actually felt like I could change and that I could impact and that I was uniquely qualified to do it. And I figured, okay, I've done it before with the help of people. I don't take any credit for it. You get a good team of people together, and I have worked on creating a great place to work. So quite honestly, I was chosen.
Yeah, that's right. I love it. Fantastic.
I was chosen. I really was. I was chosen to do it.
And I guess a journey like that does take a lot of smaller steps. And one of the steps, and you shared some of this in the keynote, was changes need to be made. if an organization had developed some difficulty, some dysfunction, maybe even sort of elements of toxicity, et cetera, you got to make some changes. And I guess my question is, how do you keep that sort of in mind when you need to make changes or affect changes in an organization? Hey, sometimes we might have to make some really tough decisions, up to and including some people that must exit the organization.
Right, because what you have to do is think about the fact that you care about the workplace. You care about all the people. You care about your customers. You care about your share owners. So if one person is actually causing a problem that's impacting everybody else and impacting your ability to be successful, impacting your ability to actually have a great place to work, impacting your ability to foster that good culture, then they don't fit.
Yeah, no, I totally get it.
Yeah.
All right, last question, Cynt. Lots of HR leaders are going to be watching this video who listen to you talk today.
I love
watch this
HR
video.
leaders.
They're following you on Twitter right now as we speak. What's the one or two things you'd say to the HR leader, or maybe the aspiring HR leader? Maybe I like that question a little bit better. You know?
I truly believe this, and I used to have these T-shirts when I led HR that said #HR, we run this place. I truly believe HR leaders run the place. And when you think about all the things that you touch every day, all the things that you do, all the things that people are dependent on, you're key to the success of the organization. And so know that you are key. Keep your skills up. Keep your antenna up so that you'll know what people really, really need from you, because things change. I mean, look at COVID and all that.
Yeah.
Things change, people's needs change. Stay in touch with who you are and what you bring to the organization and make a difference.
All right. I love it. Cynt Marshall, great advice. Thank you so much for being here at the HR Technology Conference.
Thanks for having me.
The book is You've Been Chosen.
You've been chosen.
Get your copy, absolutely.
Yes.
And Cynt's been great meeting you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Go to penguinrandomhouse.com. Yes. Thank you.